Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines 2, where I was just informed via a tweet over here that there's no housing available anywhere. I mean, considering the city is like 70% housing, that's a bit of a remarkable statement, and we're constructing a ton of additional housing down over here. But we do clearly need more housing, apparently. So we're going to continue to tick forward a bit here. I'm thinking about developing this area up here. I'm not 100% sold on that idea yet. I guess we could probably do it. I don't feel like it's strictly speaking necessary as of this moment, but we could certainly extend this guy out to... Why are you not snapping into 180 degrees? Okay, this is not snapping. It's supposed to snap only to angle right now. Okay, it is barely snapping to angle. Okay, well, that's exciting stuff. This is really not wanting to snap to angle. Okay, well, let's... Hang on. Did this just update to snapping to everything but angle? Was I dumb? I might have been dumb, or it might have been bugged. I'm not 100% sure which. I'd have to go back and check. But now it's snapping to angle, so I guess this is fine. We're just going to put some of this right on through. There we go. About there or so. And then we're going to extend this highway up. As usual, I'm realizing partway through this that I should build the small roads first, but here we are. So we're just going to bring that guy up. We've got 3 more of these in total. So we'll just extend this road right up to here. That'll do. And then we'll extend this road up as well. Angle snap. There we go. So right about there or so. And then we'll just see about roundabouts. Slope too steep on both sides there, only on the one side and only on the one side. Okay, so this is quite manageable on these two. No problem. We can just put this guy in here and then re-extend. At this point, we can have snapping be on. That's fine. Out over here, we needed to have it be on this side. Gotcha. Okay, so we'll take that out of there, roundabout in, and we are going to bring that guy right on in. Okay, so that'll be... Hang on. It's only giving us 1 lane internally on this side. That's interesting. Is that better or worse than having 2 lanes internally? I'm pretty sure that that's not how this has been in other locations. 1 lane internally here. 1 lane internally here. Am I just now noticing this? This one has 2 lanes internally. Intriguing. I'm not sure what the difference is. But we'll move on for now. If they cause a problem, we'll investigate it. So for the time being, I'm just going to remove this section of highway, and we'll see if that fixes this over here. It does not. So we're going to need to do something like that and put this in here. I think that's about right. Yeah, and then we can use this to reposition it slightly. Cool. So that looks relatively good for now. Yeah, that'll do the trick. And we're going to need to, of course, start extending these roads. So we'll just bring this guy up from about here. That's going to be pretty problematic, actually, positioning it here, because we're going to have this bridge. And to that end, I'm going to actually take out this section of road here. And we're going to use the Soften Terrain tool to clean this up just a little bit. Okay, now that's, of course, creating us some problems, but that's fine. We will deal with those in a moment. Now what I want to do is extend this guy. Nope, this is the problem at this point. Okay, we're going to use the Level Terrain tool at this height, and we're just going to make this all be this height. Up to about here or so. Well, really about here. Okay, so obviously Strawberry Street is going to be a problem, right? There's no doubt about that. We can soften out the terrain out over this way, and that's reasonably fine. But what we can't really very feasibly do is soften out the terrain here. But we can use the Slope Terrain tool to grab this height, and we can just do something kind of like that, And then we can soften it out in the back over here. Okay, something like that should end up doing the trick. So now I'm going to do, with the simple curve, we're going to just bring this right on over. That's a little bit too steep of a corner there. Okay, this is coming back as in water, and I think the reason for that is because we're just a little too close to the edge. Indeed. Okay, I'm going to remove this section of road here, and we're just going to rebuild this entire area. So about here, and then bringing this down over here. That's coming back as in water. Okay, what do we have going on over here? I'd like it to go here, but here is fine. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that's much cleaner as far as this street goes. For this out over here, we might have to do some additional work as well. We'll see what that ends up looking like. And what happens if we take this road straight out to here again?
So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move.
That's not bad.
Right?
I like it. This, of course, needs to be at 112, though. So right about here. Then we can run this road over, which we're probably going to hit some issues over here. Actually, yeah, that's just a wall. That's not necessarily what we want. And we can see that we're definitely at an angle from our road down here. So that's going to end up being more like here, which is fine. Okay, now we can run this road fully north to about here, and then this road can come straight on over to here. Looks good. Okay, so that's fine for now. Now this section of highway is going to need to get redone. So we're going to remove anything out over here, and we are going to just extend this guy right on through to about there. And then I'm looking to bring this over. This is at 178 degrees, but whatever. I think that we're going to need to elevate this a little bit better. So that basically means bringing this guy in right here, right? So right there. And then this I'm going to take out. We'll try to reposition this roundabout a bit. Yeah, actually, right here is basically perfect. So I want to have this be here, here, and then about here. Cool. That should work reasonably well. I don't know if we'll have pillar issues. We might. But that's certainly a significantly better setup. Okay, now this road is pretty much perfectly parallel to the other road, although we can see that this road and this highway are not at a consistent angle. That is definitely true. So I'm going to take this whole section out, including these roundabouts, and we're going to redo that. So we're going to align this to this road grid, and then it'll be probably a little different here, but that's fine. No problem whatsoever there. I'm going to bring this guy up north, and then we're going to head north again to 112. Right there. And then bring this guy over, and this guy over here. Looks nice and straight. We have a pillar issue right here, and we can just knock this section of highway back. This is fine. And we'll just connect this in right there. Looks good. Okay. Time for the next one. So this is going to be right up over this way. 112, ideally. This is 110 and then 115. Let's have this get aligned only to angle snapping for right now. I want it to be right there. Okay. And snapping back on. And then run this road all the way over to here. Looks good. Cool. Next road. This one's going to be, again, with the 112, if we can get it there. We can, but we're going to have to turn off snapping. Cool. Right there. And then snapping back on. And over we head to here. Looks good. Next road. That is going to be right up over here. Once again, I'm going to take this to exactly 112. And snapping on. And over we head. Now, this is way too many roads. One of these needs to be a highway, and it's this one right here. So this is where the highway ends up going, so we can definitely see that this is going to be a little bit off. No doubt about that. That's okay. We can make this work. So I'm going to take out this section of road, and we're going to put in a highway marker here. So that's going to end up going right there. Then this whole road needs to get removed for the time being. And we're going to bring this highway out this direction for now. And then I'm going to complex curve it. We're going to bring it up this direction. And then complex curve it in over here. The question is, how can we get this built? Because it's coming back as in water, right? So if we were to bring this out this direction, complex curve it from here down to here, and then bring it in over here. That works, actually. Okay. So obviously, this is a little bit of a correction here. But I feel like with the river there breaking up the pattern anyway, that's reasonably fine. I think that's absolutely okay. So we're going to extend this highway out using only the straight line tool. And that's going to end up going all the way out over to here. Although that ended up not being at the correct height, even though it had 10 meters selected. Okay. Get out of here. Let's try that one again. So we're going to extend this guy from here. And we're going to have to do this, I think, in segments. It really likes to put it, like, not directly where we want it to be when we build long highways. So instead, we're just going to bring this guy on over something like this. We'll probably have some pillar issues going through, but that's reasonably okay. Now we can extend this highway up just a smidge. There we go. And in goes that roundabout, and this one. And then this highway can get extended up as well. I feel like this should really be an angle only. Okay. I think there's a bend to this highway. Yes, there is. Okay. I'm going to get this section of highway removed. We'll just recreate it. No problem. And from here, I want to create a section of highway. Go ahead and snap. I want to create a section of highway that is aligned here, right? But I also want it to be in angle snap only mode, aligned here. Is that straighter? Yes, it is. Okay, looks good. So we'll put in a roundabout there, and we can extend these highways further up, but I'm going to get these other streets made first. That'll be absolutely fine. So this street is, of course, going to terminate up here eventually. Indeed, it is absolutely going to terminate up here. Let's go to angle snap only mode, and that's going to end up running in here. So we're going to need to extend a second road up to figure out where exactly these roads end up going. And, we never did the on-off ramp over here. I should probably do that before I forget. Okay, so we're just going to bring this up. Go ahead and snap. That's fine. We're going to bring this up about here. Overlapping items, huh? I think we were on the wrong height. That slope too steep, but we can put it in here. Okay, I guess that's fine. And then we'll bring this down about here. Sure, it's very lopsided. No doubt about that. I feel like we can get this less lopsided if we were to build it instead going this direction. So from like here into here, and then flip it around. It's less lopsided anyway. So that'll do for now. Sure. Okay, so this road out over here, we need to extend this northward. So that's going to go in angle snap only mode. Here, 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 here. And then from there, we want to have this go out exactly 112 meters, which is here. And then we would extend it out this direction. That looks good as far as the snapping goes. I like it. This can actually get extended slightly further. So let's do that. Yeah, that's more like it. Cool. And then this street would need to come over this direction and make a very awkward intersection indeed. I'll be honest. That's pretty hideous. So we're going to do something a bit more like this. That's still pretty hideous. Okay, well, I hate it, but I'm going to move on. So we're just going to head up over this direction, 112 meters. We can bring this right on in over here. And then extend this guy. Ooh, that's at a very slight angle there. We can see that that one is not at a perfect angle. I'm going to eliminate this road first. Yeah, that's definitely not at a perfect angle. What if we only snap it to the angle? Okay, we are going to have to turn off snapping for this one. And we would want to position it right about here. That's closer than the snapping was getting us, but it's still not perfect. And to be honest, we're not going to get perfect every time. That's fine. We can extend this road northward further, 112 meters, and at this point, this one's a highway. So the highway ends up going here. We'll put that in. So that goes right about here, 10 meters up. And we'll just put that in as a marker. Okay. So the Washington Highway is eventually going to be going this direction and connecting up, you know, out over this way. Craziness will ensue with these mountains, for sure, and with this nonsense. This was never reconnected. But that's probably fine. Okay, so back over here. We're still extending this road northward. So I want to take this out at this point. And we want to... These alignments aren't quite where I want them to be. But I guess we'll take this up 112 meters. It's kind of wiggling back and forth. Let's snap only to the angle. Right there. And then turn snapping back on. And we'll bring this guy right on over this way. That is almost certainly at an angle. Okay. Let's head back to here for now. And we're just going to run this road straight up this way. Looks reasonably fine for now. And then this is going to be 224 meters. So I want to snap only to angle here. 224 meters. And then we bring this over exactly 90 degrees. So I want to snap this only to angle. And we would bring this in like that.
Second Moon Radio with your host,
Okay,
J. Thomas
snapping back
Hornbuckle.
on,
Tune in
and I'm
tomorrow for a
hoping
second chance
that that
to hear
gives
the
us a
music of your
better
choice.
angle here. Does this look better? It does. I still don't think it's perfect, but it definitely looks better. I think it needs to go this way ever so slightly. But let's see if we can get a view like this. This is where it's snapping to. I feel like it should be more like about here. Like that. That's close. It's still going a little bit too far north, but I think for the moment that's reasonably fine. It's a little bit off, no doubt about that, but I'm not going to be too upset about it for right now. So let's just build this road up north. I'm not too concerned about this being precise since we have a reasonable facsimile of a grid here. And that should go there, there, there. And then this gets connected right about there. Cool. Do we want to extend these roads further this way? I think for the moment, no. We'll probably want to extend out that way eventually, but I think right now that's a negative. Can we push past this park? No. The park needs to be relocated. It is ever so slightly too close, so we're going to move it 1 block over. Cool. So now this road can get extended up northward. Okay, we have a pillar issue here. This is not surprising. I'm kind of surprised we haven't had pillar issues up until this point. And then we can just bring this guy up like so. Cool. And then we can just put this highway back. Fantastic. Next road. So we can bring this guy up like so. These roads are going to start building quite a lot faster, except we've got another pillar issue here. Very rude. And we're just going to bring that up. But now that we have a reasonable guideline here, we're in a decent spot as far as getting these roads built goes. Okay, I'm not going to build that section of highway back just yet. We might have to delete another one here. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll delete another one there, and this is where we want this to come out from. Cool. So that all looks reasonable. Now this section of highway can be rebuilt. And we can just bring that right over, like so. Fantastic. Okay. Next up, we're going to be extending this section of road out. I do imagine that we're going to be having some kind of spicy issues. I'm just deleting all of this for now. I imagine we're going to have some kind of spicy issues with on-off ramps because I think there's a fair amount of hill in this area. Which is probably something that we should know, to be honest. Okay, we'll just position it about like that. Yeah, there is some hill, but it's actually kind of flat. I don't think it'll be too bad, all things considered. So we can just extend this road up to about here. 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 Yep, all of this is looking good. Right about there. Excellent. And then this road gets extended as well. So that's going to end up connecting up over here, but we actually have to connect it here first. Okay. Slightly rude, but whatever. Right there. And then right there. So these don't have to be perfect. They just have to be pretty close. And that's exactly what we are going for. I think that I messed this one up, though. I think I clicked just as we came off of the snap point there. Okay. Let's bring this up over to here, and then here. Looks good. The next one will be a highway extension. So that's all of our little roads in this area. Let's get our highways extended. We'll need to connect there. And then this highway will end up going all the way up over this way, right? So we'll just snap only to angle. And that is going to end up being here. And then we'll extend this highway out, snapping only to angle. Ending up being here. And finally, this highway. Snapping to angle. And that will be right about... That's an overlapping item. I guess we'll have to put it here because of the hill. Okay, that's reasonably fine. Now we can connect up this highway. So we grab this point and then snap to angle only. And this is undershooting out over here, so we're just going to put a pillar here, like after each of these roads. This is a little on the low side. We're gonna have to bring that up to bring it in, and then bring it back down out over this way. Not sure what exactly was going on with that one, but whatever. And then we'll just deposit that about there. And we'll see how we do on roundabouts. Surprisingly, this one just works. That really surprises me. And then we can get this bridge built out over here. So that's going to end up being something along the lines of this. That's showing up as in water. Which, yeah, it's a bridge. That's the point. It's definitely in water. Sure, I guess this works. We're a little low over on this side, but to be honest, it's probably fine. So from here, we can just continue to extend this out to there. And in fact, we can do something kind of like that. And then this highway can come in something like this. Apparently, that slope too steep. Like specifically right here. I'm not sure why that's coming as slope too steep. What happens if we build it this way? I guess it's fine. Okay. Roundabout is not fine, but we can definitely take this section out, put the roundabout in, and then extend this back in. Beautiful. Okay, so that looks reasonably good. We can do quick on-off ramps over here. We've got a lot of on-off ramps to build for that new development area. But for now, we can certainly do this real quick. Something about like that, and then something about like that. Okay, no left turns allowed here. No left turns allowed here, or here, or here. This section is not doing so well. Let's redo that. Okay, so I'm going to take that from about here, and I'm just going to bring it up kind of like that. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so we're going to say no left turns here either. Cool. And that should do for now. That may or may not reduce any strain over here, but having this highway here will definitely be useful. And this should, at this point, go to at least a 2-lane in this area. So this will be a 2-lane two-way, or actually a 4-lane two-way highway. Yeah, this should go up to 2 lanes from here, down to 2 lanes here, and then go back to 4 lanes here, but this exceeds city limits, so we can't control that. That's okay. So all we need to do now is put the on-off ramps over in this area, and that'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, looks good. That looks absolutely okay to me. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, we got there in the end, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And I haven't updated this list in a little while. I know I need to do that. I'll try to get to it very soon, but it's a manual process. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.